Welcome back, Bulldogs, to our September rendition of State of RB, in which I have a monthly meeting with Dr. Freytas to discuss the upkeeping of our school. How are you?
Today's the best time of my life. I never have a bad day. I have tough moments, but never a bad day.
That's fantastic. Let's jump right in. So we're a month and a half into school, 6 weeks. What are some events that are standing out to you? What are some good things that's been going on?
Well, first, we're back in school, the place we all love. Our teachers are teaching, our students are learning, right? The band is playing, their music is singing. So it's wonderful to see all of us back together at the place we love. Some other highlights, we just finished homecoming week, right? The football team was victorious. We had a great showing at the dance the next day. It was conflict-free. So it's been a great, homecoming experience. We're back at the place we love. Students, teachers, everyone is doing what they're supposed to. People are in a good mood. So it's been a great start to the school year.
Fantastic. On the subject of homecoming, how's the spirit of RB been?
I would say sky high right now, right? I believe the football team is undefeated. They're 4-0, first time since 2017. The band is absolutely enormous, playing beautiful music. The cheerleaders are cheerleading and doing other amazing stuff. The Poms are dancing, their wonderful routines. Everything is going great. Our pep rally, was wonderful, well attended. Students were loud and into all the activities and games. So it's been a great start. Great homecoming week, the spirit days, the pajama days, we'll attend the Wear Your Chicago jersey. I feel like there was a lot of participation throughout the spirit week.
How much participation was there with the spirit days in particular?
And at every corner I turned, I saw for pajama day, I saw pajamas with pajama pants. For the Chicago jersey day, I saw the Bulls jersey, Chicago Sky jersey, the Sox, the Cubs. I want to say every day, during the school colors day where each grade level had a color they had to wear. People were into the activities, and I'm really proud of Student Association and the sponsors for facilitating that and leading our homecoming school spirit days.
That's awesome. What did you go as for homecoming? Were you at homecoming?
Oh, of course I was there, yeah.
What were you wearing? Let's have a fit check.
So, I kept it simple, all black, formal wear, a black dress shirt, black blazer, black pants, black shoes, I did all black, right? Black tends to be very classy, very formal, I saw other students, it was, Dr. Freytas, we're wearing the same thing, let's take a picture together. So it was nice, to be wearing kind of similar outfits to other students, I'm good. Our Bulldogs have taste in what they wear, and everyone looked great.
Fantastic. Moving on to a second question with a dramatic twist here.
Go ahead.
Switch. So September is Suicide Awareness Month.
Gotcha.
How is RB facilitating that and helping their students?
So, first and foremost, for the whole week, I want to say there was messages about how to de-stress, how to support yourself. There were messages about if you need help, right, please visit the student, services office, engage your counselors, your social workers, your psychologists. We did the panorama survey that asked questions about self-regulation, your emotional state, all those things, and then we use that survey for groups, for supports. We have Harley, our comfort dog, that's around. Students are ranting and raving about Harley. They're petting Harley every day, and the comfort dogs have positive effects, right? They reduce your stress, your anxiety. If you have high blood pressure, it can help with that too. So those are some of the things we're doing, but I would say the most important things that our teachers in the classrooms are checking in our students. They ask them, how are you? What can we do to help? If you need help, they make sure that they get you to the right adult in the student services office. So I'm proud of the teacher that always check in and day out with our Bulldogs.
How responsive are students to that? Like if a teacher asks them a question about how they are, mentally, that's a very tough topic.
It is, it is a tough topic. And then they're out saying, but in that checking in, sometimes students will say I'm not well. And when you're not well, right? Okay, let me engage you. Let me inform the counselor, right? Teachers follow up with emails. They follow up with a conversation. When a student is not at the right place, they follow up with administrators when there's a comment. So there's quick follow-up to that. And maybe it's just that day, maybe, I don't know, they got into an argument with their mom, but then they feel better at the end of the day. But it's that micro check-in goes a long way because students know someone cares about me, someone's watching me, someone's supporting me. And that goes a long way. When there's a trusted adult, you feel better and you do better. And that's the most most positive effect those check-ins have had.
Absolutely. We also have psychiatrists at the school, yes?
Correct.
Are they available for students?
They're available for students at mostly any time. I mean, of course, they have their appointments and their duties, but yes, they work in conjunction with the social workers and counselors.
And how many students utilize that? And
how many? Oof, that's a tough number for me to say at this moment.
I'm not sure if you actually.
But I will say, you know, they are well utilized. Yeah. You know, they're busy.
Yes.
So they're busy. I mean, you peek in their office, you know, there's somebody there. There's deep conversations. You see the emails, you know, going around. I mean, of course, that we see admin or teachers, but they're very busy. Yeah.
That's fantastic. Second question. Third question, actually, for this. What advice do you have for students? It is a very stressful month, especially September, because the midterms of this quarter are going on. So
right.
A lot of tests.
Yeah, midterm. Yeah.
There's a lot of stress going around. What advice do you have for students to deal with that?
You know what? I would share some things that I do, right? As a principal, I deal with a lot of situations, a lot of stresses come my way, just from all stakeholders. But, you know, I would say exercise is very helpful in these stress, whether it's walking, running. It doesn't have to be rigorous, just body movement. You could do it through dance, right? Through running, through weightlifting, through a sport. You know, I think eating the right foods, right? You know, making sure you have a well-balanced diet, right? You can have sweets, but eat your vegetables, right? Have your meats and have your grains, right? Follow the, you know, the ideal foods recommended by the United States Department of Agriculture, right? You know, eat well, you know, everything in moderation. Nothing wrong with some candy and some chips, but do it in moderation. But make sure you mix it up with vegetables and fruits so you have a well-balanced diet. Reading is very helpful. Reading is calming, reading is soothing, you know, it helps me. You know, loving, you know, if you have brothers, sisters, sibling, parents, saying and I love you and I hug you, appreciation and gratitude tends to be stress reducing. Like, thank you for being in my life. Thank you for being a great teacher. Thank you for being a great mom. You know, those are things that help me. You know, you have the stress balls,
yeah.
What was it, the round spinning.
The fidget cubes.
The fidget, right, all the fidget tools, all the fidget toys, you know, are very helpful. Those are some of the things that I do, you know, to de-stress.
Fantastic. And so we were having a conversation before this, but you said that you've had a very stressful month.
Sure.
What's been going on with you?
You know what? When we work at a school, right, I just deal with a lot of human beings, right? I deal with parents, I deal with staff, I deal with students. You know, I have to report to my boss, the superintendent. You know, I have colleagues, you know, fellow administrators, and schools are just a dynamic place. You know, schools bring challenges, you know, as it relates to student behavior, as it relates to teaching and learning, as it relates to human resources, as it relates to student safety, as it relates to community engagement. And I would say it's not unique to me. Every principal, every superintendent at every school faces those same issues. And also my staff members, my teachers, they face, you know, similar issues as well. So, you know, it is just a highly dynamic profession we're in education, and with that comes good days and tough days.
Yeah. You specifically, what's been keeping you busy though?
Oh, it's been keeping me busy. Just, you know, I worry about the kids all the time. Safety. You guys coming to school, you guys going home, crossing First Avenue, you know, doing your homework. That's stressing. I want you guys to master learning. I want you guys to pass your classes and go to college. And I worry about students that are not on track, you know. I worry about my teachers and their well-being and their health. And I know they're stressed out, you know. I worry about, you know, their relationship with students and parents. I want them to be treated well and fairly. You know, I have to report to my superintendent. You know, what's he going to ask me? What's he going to tell me? How's he going to redirect me? You know, I worry about my fellow administrator. How are they doing? How are they handling their specific departments? A lot of worries, you know, as a principal, but it is very rewarding because for the most part, you know, we have a lot of more positive experiences than tough experiences here at RB.
Fantastic. What are the toughest experiences you have here?
You know, I mean, when a kiddo's harmed in any way, you know, that's tough. You know, when things come out in public, I mean, right, there's reporters, there's news stories that come out. Those are tough to digest, you know. you know, when teaching and learning, right? We have new state examinations. We go from the SAT to the ACT. You know, are we ready for it? How are we going to do? I know our teachers are doing their part, but, you know, I just worry about, right? After so many years of doing one exam, now the state ushers another exam. So now you have to redirect and plan and support your teachers and students for that, you know?
Changing topics, but Hispanic Heritage Month.
Yes.
What does that mean to you?
So right now I'm wearing the Ecuadorian national jersey. You know, of course I'm Latino, I'm Puerto Rican and American. My wife is Ecuadorian, so that's why I'm wearing this jersey.
A little bit of home pride there.
Yeah. This was they wore this at the last cup they had in the South American leagues. So, you know, it means a lot. I mean, I'm Latino, my family's Latino. Almost half of our students here at RB are Latino, Mexican, Puerto Rican, Central American, South American, Caribbean. So this is a month that I celebrate. I want to say every day I'm wearing a different jersey. I represent Mexico, Puerto Rico. Today I'm wearing Ecuador. You know, I'll see if I find any other jerseys that I have. But I'm excited for it. I'm proud of being Latino. I'm proud that our community is well represented here. You know, and yeah, I can't wait. You know, I can't wait for, you know, for other celebrations. You know, at home we have, you know, we listen to Latin music, we have special dinners, you know, we watch any international soccer game with any Latin American countries, you know, we watch as well. But yeah.
Yeah, and how is that going to be celebrated around the school?
So today I've seen a lot of jerseys. You know, I saw Mexican national jerseys. I saw jerseys from Central America, South America. You know, I saw the Puerto Rican flag, the Mexican flag. So all the Latinos are showing their colors. And I want to say anybody can celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month. You don't have to be Hispanic. You just have to be a decent human being that's going to represent the colors well, right? Don't act up. Don't act a fool, you know, don't be a jerk, you know, just be your regular self, be a kind, loving human being, and you could celebrate Hispanic Month. You could wear whatever jersey you want, whatever color flag you want, as long as you're a decent human being, and you make sure you always, if you're wearing a country's flag representing, make them look good.
Yeah.
And make yourself look good.
Do them justice.
That's right.
How is the school celebrating it?
So every day there's a different, you know, activity. You know, I know after school there's like a Loteria Day, there's Jersey Day, there's, you know, Cultural Wear Day. So just similar to Homecoming Spirit Week, Hispanic Heritage Month, we're doing a Hispanic Heritage Month kind of Spirit Week.
Are you expecting everybody to participate in that?
I mean,
it's their choice.
Yeah. You want to. I mean, right? It's an open event. You know, it's highly encouraged. I try to model, right? Hey, my principal's wearing a jersey. Maybe I have something. You know, I know I've seen students that are non-Hispanic wear a Puerto Rican hat, and I absolutely love that. Again, you don't have to be Hispanic to celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month. Just be a decent human being when you're representing Latin America.
With other like Spirit Weeks, there's usually like a pep rally to follow it. I assume there's nothing of that sort.
But there's gatherings, there's small events. There's no big formal, you know, pep rally. But I want to say a lot of our Latino students were at the pep rally. Yeah. So it was well attended by our Hispanic students.
Yeah. What if you know, I'm not sure if you actually know this, but what is the actual ethnic makeup of the school?
So I want to say we are 45% Hispanic. We're 45% white, maybe 2-3% Asian, multicultural, 2-3% black. And I would say that's a fair description of our demographics.
That's fantastic. So a lot of activities going. It's another topic switch.
Gotcha.
A lot of activities going on right now. A lot of them are in full swing, and I personally know a lot of people who are in just an obscene amount of them. How can students get more involved?
So today we had an activities fair led by Mr. Mannon and all of our teacher club sponsors. So signing up, I saw students signing their names. Well, I want to join the chess club. I want to join the ecology club. So that was real powerful. I could see many students, you know, being recruited and possibly joining those organizations. Engaging whenever there's a blood drive or a fundraiser, you know, participate in inquiring. Oh, tell me more, ecology club. Tell me more, student association, right? Asking questions whenever you see a club or an activity, someone selling something, candies, or doing a promotional event in the cafeteria. Engaging teachers. You know, I want to say almost every other teacher here sponsors a club or a sport. Hi, Mr. or Mrs., you know, do you sponsor an activity? Can you tell me more about it? Our teachers are willing to talk to students, to engage students about the opportunities here. Following our social media. Okay, every club, we always connect, here's what this club is doing, here's what this club is doing, or activities. So following up, staying attentive, and participating in events.
What percentage of the school is in clubs here?
So, we just presented to the Board of Education. I believe 78% of our students are involved in a sport or an activity. That's outstanding. Almost every student, right, 8 out of 10 kids, are involved in something that they love. How can you get more involved? I mean, boy, you always have 80% of your school involved in something. And guys, remember, students also have home responsibility. There's some students that have to take care of the siblings. There's some students that have jobs. There's some students that have parents that are in a delicate state. So I want to say almost every student that wants to be involved is involved. The other percentages have home responsibilities that I respect and honor, and everybody should respect and honor because that is their life. But, engage your friends. If you look at your friends' network, I want to say every other friend you have has to be involved in something, right? Just turn left, turn right. Hey, what do you do? What do you do? Talk to your friends, tell them about the activity, and ask how you could join it.
Yeah. How are you going to help? Because I think how many kids are there in the school? 1,300?
We're about 1,650.
1,650, so that's about 400 kids that aren't involved in any sort of activity, if it's 20%, 22%?
Correct, yeah.
How are you planning to target and try to get those people into activities?
Yeah, so what I do, during my lunch with Dr. Freytas, I try to engage a variety of students that are involved and not. So students that are not, we engage. What would be of interest to you? Do you have friends that are interested? Is there an adult that could possibly supervise your activity? So I'm going to be a lot more intentional during my lunches, and I'm also bringing my student advisor to the Board of Education, our student board members, so them and I could engage those students. But we're going to target those students specifically, invite them to certain functions, just as lunch with Dr. Freytas, to find out what's going on.
So lunch with Dr. Freytas, that's, I've always been under the impression that you walk into that. It's not much of a sign up or like an invitation.
Yes, gotcha. It's always been open-ended, because, guys, I can't invite everybody. You know what I mean? My max per lunch period is 20, 30 students, and it's kind of always been walking basis. Or like I work with my deans, hey, send me a table. Send me, if you notice someone who's not connected, send me those 5. So it's been all walks of life. Students that are involved, students that are not involved, Gen Ed students, diverse learners. It's students of all shapes and sizes that have come to my lunch with Dr. Freytas. But I think for that same reason you asked, that 20% that involved, I'm going to target more students, more specific, more individualized invitations to find out what's going on.
If you actually have a number, how many activities or clubs or extracurriculars actually go on?
I want to say we're about at 30 sports, and clubs we're probably in the 40s, mid to high 40s.
That's fantastic.
Yes.
Yeah. Kind of going off of that, what are either new or up-and-coming programs, initiatives, or clubs that are
Oh my gosh.
Anything that's exciting for school?
I love HOSA, the Health Occupation Students of America. I believe they engage students of all the health occupations, right? Doctors, nurses, and beyond, all the roles. So, all health occupations. I'm really excited for them. I want to see the Asian American Student Association year 2 or year 3 for them. That club is growing. I'm excited for them. Coffee and Tea Club, I want to say they're year 3 or year 4. I feel like that club is growing so much. I think the students are coming out the door. A big shout out to Miss Arcady for her and what she's doing, right?
Yeah, when it was first started, it was like a tin coffee jug that you just handed to people. It was, I mean, it was just took place in the I don't know, it doesn't exist anymore, but the alumni lounge.
That's right.
And it's now in which room?
It's in Miss Arcady's room. Oh my gosh, off the top of my head, what is she? 160, 162.
Somewhere in there. It doesn't matter.
She's there, in that area. But I'm really excited for all the clubs that have been around 2-3 years. Their numbers are growing. The health HOSA, they're growing. We have the educators, club now. I'm excited for that. Students that are interested in becoming teachers, because we need teachers. It is an honorable, respectable profession. I mean, the art of teaching is probably one of the most complicated things you can do, to teach another human being how to do something. We need more teachers. We have teachers that are retiring. We need young people to get into the profession. Salaries fair, benefits are great. I mean, I know people have different goals as to what it is, but I'm excited for the Educators Club.
Okay. That about wraps it up. Do you have any message you want to leave with the students, staff, or parents?
Well, at RB, we love you. We care about you.
Well,
At
put it right in
RB,
there.
we love you.
Speak to the people.
At RB, we love you. We care about you, and we have your back. Paws up.
All right, I think, I'm so sorry, I think that's all we have time for today. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll be back next month. Thank you to Dr. Freytas.
You got it.
Have a good rest of your day, Bulldogs.